All right. As usual, we start with ABS website, but you can also be part of the discussion by calling the phone lines on your screen when we commence. When we'll start, you make contributions, ask questions, and we'll have some of those questions, the one we can attempt, answer them. So let's begin with ABS website. Obiano State resolved to pay minimum wage before other states.
Federal Executive Council, FEC, approves 52 billion naira for electronic monitoring of borders.
Anambra government targets further reduction of illiteracy level.
And finally, from our website, federal government targets to increase tax collection to boost revenue.
Federal government approves 52 billion naira for electronic monitoring of borders. Certainly, finally, we are moving to a digitalized security process, but I just pray and hope that this one would work. At least,
and that is going to be a talk-do affair.
Yes, during our last election, we were raising the issue about closing borders and opening them just because of elections. And maybe with this, we're going to begin to see better results at the level of our borders, security at the borders, and see that people who live around our place and those of us who live far from it are assured of our security.
And that's exactly what ought to have been done before now.
Exactly.
Because we have had so many issues in this country whereby the porousness of the border was blamed. The herdsmen, infiltration into Nigeria, which was said that it was the Libyans, and we keep asking, where are they coming in from? Where are who signed their passport? Who allowed them to move in? You understand? So that goes to show how porous our borders are. And if this is going to be done, well, we thank God it's going to...
Anyway, but as we talk about this electronic process, you remember that it's still human beings that will man those processes. I think there should also be a level of reorientation of the personnel that will be manning those places to see that the interest of the nation is ahead of whatsoever primordial interest that will come later. We wouldn't like to see a situation where the eyes of those who are monitoring these things close at some point and open at the other points. So I believe this will be
and that's going to be reorientation.
All right, let's now move to the next paper, Daily Times newspaper. Senate invites IGP to brief nation on killings. Others condemns killings of Moni Oguche abduction in Kajuru, advocates use of drones, interceptors, communication gadgets in tracking kidnappers. Beside the nameplate, the speakership Southeast South stakeholders back Nkiruka Onyejocha asks her not to back down. Buhari's cabinet to hold valedictory session May 22, says Minister. Oshunguba appeal Adeleke's life in danger, alerts PDP. Federal government approves 52 billion naira for e-border security. Italian prosecutors indict Shell earning over $1.1 billion bribe for OPL 245. Those are the stories that we'll have on the front page of the Daily Times.
Speakership. We may have to look at that one before we get to this banner headline. South stakeholders back Nkiruka Onyejocha. Who is Nkiruka Onyejocha?
She is one of the most prominent House of Reps members, and I think this should be her either fourth term or fifth term in the House. So
that's why I will ask, who is she? Is she qualified to be the Speaker of the House of Representatives? If she is, then who are behind her apart from the Southeast and the South?
Let's see what it will pan out to be, because it seems she became a late entrant into the race. Maybe it will be a move for another level of horse trading in the House this time. Let's see how far the Southeast and Southern members of Parliament will be able to push her interest, and maybe against Femi Gbajabiamila, who is gaining the support of party stakeholders.
Even when the party has endorsed people that they want to go for them. Okay, let's see how it pans out. Senate invites IGP to brief nation on killings, others. And is this not late? Because the killings has lasted for years. It has lasted for years, actually. Why now?
I think let's see what happened. The Senate is intervening as legislative house of government. They might not have an executive role to play, but at least for them to have invited the IGP at this time, it certainly is a move, not very late, but not so late. But I think when you consider the level of killings we are having this year, 2019 particularly, we are seeing herdsmen, we are seeing Boko Haram, we are seeing a new level of kidnapping in northern Nigeria and some parts of the Middle Belt.
Issue.
Yes, and then the Zamfara issue also, where we are seeing words like bandits. That lexicon was introduced in Nigeria this year. I don't know what they are, but the truth is that they are killing
other people.
They are killing Nigerians who have legitimate means of livelihood. So I think it's necessary at this time that we are seeing this, but there is also the police should sit up and then tell us what is actually happening. Why are we seeing this level of killings at this time?
We actually like to believe that the Senate is not talking because these guys are now stepping on toes, bigger toes. Anyway, all the while that bandits or whatever they call them will invade the village, wipe off a village, set everywhere ablaze, and then leave. And the Senate are just in their comfort zone watching. And now that the bandits are stepping on their toes, and that's someone in the IGP.
All right, we'll continue with the papers after this short break. Stay with us.
History shows Diamond shared the dream to build more than just a bank, bringing the online revolution to Nigeria and becoming part of the networked society, helping to lift the country and continent out of recession to enrich its people too. Now, with our two banks fused together, we can help more move up the social ladder and help future generations make more of their lives, whoever and wherever they are. A new bond to help unleash the potential in every African who banks with us.
All right, welcome back. We are still looking at the papers, reviewing the stories making the headlines this morning. Remember, you can join the discussion by calling the phone lines on your screen, make your contributions, ask questions that people in places of power should be able to answer. On the Nation newspaper, we have 3,000 in kidnappers den as Senate Labour seek action. NLC to Buhari overhaul security. Upper Chamber invites acting IGP. We have also the APC tackles PDP over claim on INEC server. Ekiti, Ondo, Kwara, Benue to pay 30,000 naira minimum wage. President off to UK on 10-day private visit. Those are the stories we have on the front page of the Nation.
Why didn't they include Anambra here? I think we are the first.
Maybe.
Our governor was the first to raise up his hands that he's going to pay 30,000.
Maybe, and then I mentioned the second persons.
Or second batch.
I like first position, I like the second. All right, we have someone join us in the studio. Hello.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, John Paul. Welcome.
It's your friend, Engineer John Paul. I'm calling from Oka.
Yes, we can recognize the voice. Go on.
Yes, my own contribution is centered on three issues. One is the statement by the appellant governor, which you hear for him to become the first governor to state among the churches, including Anambra workers, and it should be a complete move by other governors. So I really appreciate that, and I also appreciate it. The second one is on South-East wanting to
Nkiruka.
To become the Speaker of the House of Representatives. I think this is what all the youths are interested in. They should, if they need, if she is qualified to be, they shouldn't go back. They should back her up. Because the Union Party, the APC, are talking about budget with the Mula. No one thing, so they should carry on if she is qualified. But what I know is that House of Representatives and the National Assembly, they should mean well for this country. If they want to put this country in the right track, they should know where you come from. Let's go for the credible candidates who is able to man the affairs of that house. Just like it's happening in Anambra, the woman has been the Speaker of the House of Assembly. And it's opening way for the house. That is the conduct. Then the third leg is 3,000 people in kidnappers there. There are certain things that are not supposed to be added on the daily newspaper. These things are supposed to be something internal. Because it's taking a vast signal to the international community. But if they want to come and do here in this country, they will see this country as a place where you cannot come and make any business or do any business safely. Look, the legislators, they should know that there are things that are not supposed to be appearing on things or terrorists, national terrorists.
All right, thank you, Engineer John Paul. Dialogue. I think you've made a very sound argument this morning. All right, let's move to the Punch newspaper. We'll take that together with the Guardian also. U.S. probes Glencore's operations in Nigeria, 2 others. Senate summons IG over killings, banditry. Chevron's oil wells catch fire in Ondo. Ngige tackles NMA. Doctors say federal government rejected health bank proposal. The Punch. Beside the nameplate there, we have PDP raises alarm over Adeleke's safety. Then the bold banner headline there, knocks as Buhari begins 10 days private visit to UK. Give Nigerians reasons to visit, or reasons for visit, sorry. PDP tells President. Reps accuse banks of non-remittance of stamp duty deductions. Brutalized Punch man, Nigerians berate power-drunk last mile officials, demand sanctions. School teachers protest non-payment of salaries in Ekiti. Those are the stories on the front page of the Punch.
Too bad. Not to be paying school teachers their salaries as they teach your children. Of course, you may ask me whether the children of the government officials are in the same school. Okay.
All right, let's take that Guardian together. Senate summons IGP moves to check banditry in northern states. Accident report indict Taraba ex-governor Sontai. Why private sponsorship of football clubs is failing in Nigeria. Malaria kills 81,640. Infects 53.7 million yearly in Nigeria. Many why over rescheduled fake meeting. Those are the stories on the front page of the Guardian. The story of former Taraba governor came up again yesterday after the reports came out more than how many years after to say that he wasn't qualified to have flown that helicopter that killed him.
In as much as now that they've indicted him, what's going to happen? They're going to zoom him and then
I don't know what happened, but at least it will clear the air that it wasn't his enemies that killed him or something like that. But for reports like this to be coming out more than 6 or 7 years, or even more than 10 years, I can't remember the exact year now, but I know it's more than. The governor that took over from him served 2 years. The one now is serving his first term, moving into his second term. So,
7, 8 years.
For it to have taken these long years to just come out with the results is not a good one for our system. And then the bold question from the PDP to the president, give us reasons for the private visit, is also recalling what several people are saying in the media.
Is it not his right to travel out whenever he wants to travel. He's a president.
A president is a public citizen.
So he shouldn't travel out.
All right.
On a private move.
All right, it's still good morning, Anambra. This is how far we'll go on.
Everything is politicized in Nigeria.
All right.
But it's still well.
Okay. Let's move on now and look at the themes we'll have for today on Good Morning Anambra. Stay with us.